On to the Final Four. Michigan's magical season and tournament run continuing with a series of early runs against the Florida Gators today that saw U of M score the first 13 points of the game and build leads of 23-5, 35-15, and 41-17. Every time Florida tried to battle back in the second, Michigan countered with a steal and/or transition bucket. The Wolverines dominating the Gators 79-59. Nick Stauskas leading the way with 22 after going 6 from 6 from beyond the arc. 24-hour News 8's Casey Jones was there once again to see it firsthand and just got back from a very happy Michigan locker room. He joins us now live from Arlington, Texas with player reaction. Casey?
Larry, this not only a staple win for this team, it's a statement win for this university. Back to the Final Four for the first time since 1993. And like you said, they did it right away. They came out hot out of the gate at the start of this one against the Florida Gators, scoring the first 13 points of the game. It was 13-0, a double-digit lead, and they never got that deficit, the Gators, back to single digits. It was double digits from there on out. And the Wolverines were led by a key freshman in this one, Nick Stauskas. 22 points for the Canadian Maple Leaf. He was 6 for 6 from beyond the arc. They also got 15 points from Trey Burke. And let me tell you, the celebration after the game on the court, cutting down the nets. There was a moment where I was standing next to John Beilein, and he was out at the three-point line, hands on the hips, just staring up at the net, watching his players get up on that ladder and cut down the nets for the first time in his career and the first time in nearly 20 years for the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh yeah, great feeling. You know, I can't even describe this right now. You know, and just so excited. We poured Gatorade on Coach. You know, this hadn't happened in 20 years for us, so it's just crazy and just blessed to be have this opportunity.
It's amazing to get to this point. You know, someplace that we always wanted to get to. We talk about it every day in practice. We say, you know, national champions in practice every single day, and to be in the Final Four and to have this opportunity to play against some other really tough teams who've also made it to the Final Four. I don't think anyone could be happier than they are right now about that.
Trey, you dreamed about this day growing up, and then you're up there cutting down the nets. Is it everything you dreamed of?
It's definitely everything I dreamed of. You know, I watched March Madness since I was a little kid, and it's definitely bittersweet to be able to get up there and cut down the nets and have the opportunity to go to Atlanta. So we're definitely accomplished. We're definitely honored, and we have more work to do.
Yeah, you know, you always grow up dreaming about trying to be a college basketball player and get into this stage. And with the group of guys that we have, you know, none of this was an individual person to get us here. It was a team effort, and you know, everybody just bought in.
After Coach Beilein came down the ladder with the net, Tim Hardaway Jr. told him he had to put the net around his neck because that's what tradition is. Hardaway saying that he grew up watching the NCAA tournament, and that's what all the coaches did for tradition that went on to play for a national championship. And Coach Beilein putting that net around his neck and then around Tim Hardaway's neck. They hope that that's a good omen moving on to the Final Four being played in Atlanta, and they know that they'll face the Syracuse Orangemen. That'll be a tough matchup coming up later in the week. We'll, of course, be there. We have much more here from Cowboys Stadium in Dallas. Michigan Wolverines moving on to the Final Four for the first time since 1993. That's 20 years. We'll have more, of course, coming up later on in the newscast and much more tonight, 10, 11, and Sports Overtime. Live in Dallas, Casey Jones, 24-hour News 8.
All right, thanks, Casey, and we will check back with you tonight on Sports Overtime. Meanwhile,